Hello everyone and welcome to the demo of the Séance of Blake Manor, which is a supernatural detective mystery game set in the late 1800s Ireland. And yeah, let's just jump right in and try it out. Yes. Dublin, Ireland, 1897.
Mr. Ward!
Okay, Mr. Ward, sir. A message for you.
Waste no time, as there's none for wasting. I write from Blake Manor in Connemara.
Alright.
Yesterday, a guest went missing. A young woman named Evelyn Dean.
Okay.
The owner and staff carry on as if nothing has happened. She has
That's
not
curious.
left. Of that, I am sure. This envelope contains £200. Please, sir, accept this money and come quick, for I fear she's not long for this world. A further £300 will be paid out if you find her alive.
Nice.
I know the west of Ireland might well be the far side of the world for its distance from you, but there is no one else to turn to. I hear you're an honourable man, a steadfast investigator, and perhaps most importantly, godly.
Okay.
I pray for the girl that this is true.
Curious. Yes, the Séance of Blake Manor. Day 1, Friday, October 29th. Ooh. We are in Halloween territory, or, well, we're in Ireland, so Samhain territory. Blake Manor Courtyard. Evelyn Dean, daughter of the slumlord Rupert Dean. Okay. I wonder if my employer hired me because of my past with her family. Or maybe they don't know of her father's involvement in my brother's death. I suppose that, too, will become clear in time. I like the art style. Very nice. Like being in a comic book. You can move faster by running. That is usually what run means, you know. With shift, you will move slower when crouching. Yeah, the normal controls for that. Settings can be altered in the options menu. I don't really have a reason to be running. Hello? Is somebody there? Well, I mean, someone is standing there. Unless it's a statue. Or a bunch of birds on top of each other? What in hell? Was it a vampire? Or something? I can't. I'm seeing things. The lateness of the hour and the long day of travel must have my nerves on edge. Still, perhaps I will ask. Washerwoman? Oh. You can check all the evidence you find in the records. Press 2 to access the records. The records contains a catalog of all the evidence Ward has gathered during his investigation. Some evidence can be examined or analyzed for further information. You can examine your hiring letter, for example. Okay. Why would I, though? Concerned party. Alright. Washerwoman? I thought I saw a woman washing clothes in the fountain out front of the manor. Really? That looked like a washerwoman? I mean, sure, with the cloth there, but... Map of the region. Okay. Close to Ulster. And Munster. And... Connaught? Connaught? I don't know how to pronounce that properly. Alright. Curious. There's something in the fountain where I thought I saw that woman. A shawl? Well, I've got a bad feeling about this place. Well, the weather doesn't help, does it? Can you even get to that? I think you can, over here. I think I should investigate before I move inside. Ma'am? A bronze statue of a lady. It is not that old, a few years perhaps? A dedication to Mary Blake, the Marquess's wife. Though taken from us too soon, she will live on in our hearts and lives through her kind and charitable deeds. Huh. Interesting. I wonder why there is a lantern right there. I should check with the front desk for any information on Miss Dean's whereabouts. Time is of the essence if you are to solve the mystery of Blake Manor. Time advances when Ward interacts with objects and characters. Okay. Is Miss Dean still at the manor? Yeah, look, jack-o'-lanterns. Turnips with carved faces and glowing embers placed inside. Horrifying things. That's just rude. Well, there's no one here. There's nobody around. I could ring the reception bell or spend a moment taking in the place first. You record your goals and progress in the mystery map. Okay. You have unlocked a mystery. Click through the icon to continue. Each mystery contains evidence and leads. Evidence provides information for your investigation. Leads provide guidance and avenues of investigation. Clicking a connection reveals context for why two nodes are connected. Ah, interesting. That's just that one. I must have been summoned here for a reason. Newspaper. A newspaper from 2 years ago, talking of a local fair and the positive impact it had on the area. It's a book about those carved pumpkins. Alright. Jack-o'-lanterns are turnips with faces carved into them. Embers are placed inside to give him a glowing effect. They are supposed to ward off evil spirits. They're based on Stingy Jack, a drunk who tricked the devil. After a night's drinking with the devil, he convinced the fiend to climb a tree. Then he carved a cross into the tree's trunk, and old Nick was trapped. Jack only let him down once he promised to never claim his soul. When he died, Jack wasn't allowed into heaven for his generally sinful ways. But the devil held true to his word and didn't let Jack into hell either, so he was left to wander the earth for eternity. Old Nick sent him on his way with only an ever-burning lump of coal from hell itself to light his way. To save his hands, he put the coal into a turnip and has been roaming the lands ever since. Supposedly, other spirits see the lanterns, think it's the real Jack, and run for fear he tricks them too. I hear they've taken the tradition to America but use pumpkins instead. I can't see it being as eerie somehow. I don't know about that. Alright. Let's ring the bell. Hello? Yes? Hello, I'm Declan Ward. I telegrammed ahead. I see. We did not receive your message, Mr. Ward. Our telegraph machine is broken. Regardless, I am Vincent Verley, the manager here. We are quite full at present, but we can fit you in. I'll send word that a room should be prepared, and I'll show you to it as soon as is possible. It should be no later than midnight. But first, we require our guests to sign in, if you would. Alright. You can analyze people, documents, and certain items. Move the magnifying glass to hunt for observations. Miss Dean's signature. Miss Dean signed the registration book a few days ago. Alright. There's a lot of names here, all signed in within the last week. More than I thought there'd be. Excluding myself and Miss Dean, there are 17 others currently staying in the hotel. Only one guest has signed in with an X, meaning this gathering has unusually high literacy rates. Person X and a Father Lorcan Sinnott signed in after Miss Dean reportedly went missing. Yeah, missing one. Guest sign-in times. A record of who arrived and departed and when. I noticed Miss Dean did not sign out. I see you are busy for somewhere so remote, though it seems quiet around here. The seance has brought a great many visitors, it's true. Most have retired early to be ready for the weekend ahead. Indeed, the seance. I noticed Miss Dean's name signing in. Does that happen to be Evelyn Dean? It is. Rather, it was. I'm afraid she's not staying with us any longer. Were you hoping to meet her? I was. She's left already? She has, yes. Can I help with anything else? You can engage in conversation with characters by discussing evidence from his records. Certain responses will reveal new information exposing more about the characters and their mysteries. Discussing topics will consume time. Select Discuss Evidence to ask Mr. Verley about Miss Dean. Okay, discuss evidence. Navigate to the people category to ask about Miss Dean. Alright. Present. I'm sorry, but did you say Miss Dean departed already? Yes, Tuesday night, perhaps Wednesday morning. Her letter said she had to leave on short notice. Letter? Ah, in truth, she took her luggage and left in the middle of the night. In the morning, we found only a letter and her payment at the front desk. Would that be usual for her? I could not say, sir. This was the first time she stayed here. Find Dean's letter. Analyze? Crack in glasses. They must be difficult to see through. The damage must be recent, or surely he'd have had them fixed. Unhappy expression. He looks profoundly displeased. Is it with me or something else? And on pocket watch. He keeps checking his pocket watch. He's either pressed for time, ruled by routine, or both. Can I present him with that? Are you very busy, sir? I noticed you're holding your pocket watch there. These events do not run themselves. And the Manor's success depend on tight scheduling. Alright, well, let's leave then. I need nothing else. Thank you. Then please wait here. The staff will prepare your room and I'll be back to show you to it shortly. Now, if you'll excuse me, with the telegraph machine broken, I have delivery orders to write for the morning. If you need me again, you know how to summon me. All right. Interesting. Refreshments. The water seems frigid even for this weather. October 31st, yeah. The Grand Séance, a gathering of intellects interested in esoteric matters regardless of sex, color, or creed. Join renowned mystic Carmela Mantovani as she leads us in the most advanced crossing of the veil as yet witnessed by mortal man. No wobbling tables, distant moans, or questionable planchettes here. See the spirit for yourself, and better yet, speak with it directly. So this is what they're here to do? To talk with a ghost? That cannot be possible. I have heard of seances before, but always the spirit speaks through a medium, a person or object. Surely all fraudulent and spiritually dubious. What on earth was Evelyn Dean doing here? Her father did not strike me as a spiritual man, nor one who would allow his child stray so far from his sight that she could end up here of all places. Who was this woman? Dunno. Cloakroom? Blasted cold. Mr. Hunter has best get on with fixing that window soon. A box of salt used to absorb moisture from the coats and boots kept here. Boots for use by the guests. There are average sized boots, large ones and smaller ones. Coats left to dry. These crates are empty other than the rotting turnips. Nice. That stinks. Turnips do not smell great in that state. Alright. The emptied luggage of the hotel guests. Yes, but is there... Although I guess there wouldn't be names on them. Yes, I know there was another vent. Let's go and listen by said vent. Ah. A set of stationery. Interesting. Huh? An ordinary vent, except there seems to be something stuck inside. The grate is fastened firmly to the wall. I can't get it out. Interesting. How did that fall? What happened here? Good question. Telegraph room. There's a faint smell of burnt paper in the air here. There's nothing I can see from here that would be causing the burnt smell in the room. The hotel's primary means of communication with the outside world. Apparently the battery's dead. It requires 6 volts. Okay. These burnt out discs are where the smell in the room is coming from. I'll remove them in case there is any risk of fire. I think I'll need to replace the discs before I can do anything. Okay. Oh. Interesting. There's little of interest to me here. It seems somebody was trying to follow these instructions. And I need to use all this to generate an output of 6 volts. Okay. What was that sound? It seems to be stationery, ink, paper for the machines, and so on. Copy of How the Other Half Lives. It seems to be a book of photojournalism from the Americas. Defenders of the national education system highlight that in the 60 years since it was established, we have seen an increase in national literacy rates, resulting in an almost 86% literacy rate. However, detractors of the program point out that the rise in these figures is heavily impacted by both the death toll of the famine and resultant mass emigration, both which affected the poorer parts of society more than the richer, more educated ones. Furthermore, census data indicates a high volume of citizens, especially women, who can read but not write, a distinction not accounted for in the previously mentioned figure of 86%. Taking these elements into account, it is fair to say that literacy rates, especially when accounting for both reading and writing, fall well below this stated figure for the average citizen and decline the further from Dublin one gets. Somebody was reading up on old beliefs in the area. Of the area, sorry. Alright. Paper imprinted with the Blake family crest. Envelopes. Written letters. No, I didn't want to close all of them. Ink and envelopes, presumably for writing letters. Alright, fine. Used to type incoming messages for the guests. What was that? That was the typewriter. Aneseo an belach amak. I could have sworn this page was blank, but instead there is something here in Irish. If only the language hadn't been taken from us. Interesting. I guess those were the ones I threw out. The local news, albeit an old issue. Some pages are missing. What remains are all positive stories. Lol. Nothing in here catches my eye. A listing of all guest activities planned for this event. Okay. Talks held daily in the drawing room located in the west corridor. Information on talks to be posted outside the room each morning. Okay. On Sunday, there is a silent dinner at 8 p.m. in the dining room. On Sunday evening, the ballroom hosts the grand séance at 9 p.m. There's a masked ball tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. in the ballroom. Alright. It's even later than I thought. These discs must be part of the telegraph machine that Mr. Verley was trying to get working. He seemed quite vexed at having to prepare the orders by hand as a result. Maybe if I can assist in its repair, he'll warm up to me. This letter is written in a swirly script that I think may be Middle Eastern. Letters from Mr. Dupre. He is half-heartedly inquiring about a business. A photo of him outside the manor is included. His expression is flat. A list of the staff's rota for the next few days. I should record their movements in my journal in case it proves useful. Oh, Doesn't seem to be anything else there. Let's see if we can fix that. Basically should be alternating, right? Yeah. Copper disc, electrolyte bridge, and zinc disc. Alright, let's give this a try. I can use these new discs to replace the old ones. I need to assemble a battery with the right voltage to power the telegraph machine. It just needs the right number of discs in the right order. Okay, so we need a copper disc. Then we need paper disc, I guess. And then one of those. There we go. The battery seems to be working and the telegraph machine now has a hum to it. I should tell the manager.
I was helpful.
Hello, sir. Sir, this area is for staff only. I would kindly ask you to leave this room. If you need assistance, you can ring the bell in the lobby. Alright. Sorry. Just said that I had gained entry to the office, that's why I did that. May I be of service, Mr. Ward? Discuss evidence? Telegraph machine fixed. Your telegraph machine seems to be functional. Is that so? Mr. Hunter must have slipped in unnoticed and fixed it. Then you'll have to excuse me. I have messages to send ahead of tomorrow. I will be in the telegraph room should you need me. You shouldn't be waiting much longer for your room, I assure you. It will be ready by midnight at the least. It was not Mr. Hunter, it was me. So, I should act quickly. I don't know how long he'll stay in there. Alright. Character locations, points of interest, and rooms can be viewed on the map. This is the map. The yellow arrow indicates where Ward is. You can also see where other characters are. Characters will change position every hour, so be sure to keep an eye on the map. New areas will be added as the manor is explored. Alright. What can we find in here? Open window. The place is freezing. Perhaps this explains Mr. Verley's demeanor. An empty hat box. Nothing of interest. Room assignments. A record of who is in which room. Useful information to have. There's something under it. I think this... Yes, this is Miss Dean's departure letter. On his desk? Strange. He must have been examining it when I arrived. It's signed. I wonder, does this match her signature in the sign-in book? Are there any differences between these signatures? Yes. I think so. I mean, like that. And also that, the E. These signatures are close, but they don't match. Somebody else wrote this letter of hers, but who and why? You've gathered enough evidence to craft a hypothesis. Evidence provides keywords for each hypothesis. Press 1 to access it. Alright. Oh boy. That's a lot of stuff. Oh boy. Wow. Holy crap. Press Make Hypothesis to open the hypothesis panel. Complete a hypothesis by filling in the missing words using keywords gleaned from evidence. Press Consider to determine if you are correct. Okay. Bum is bum. Okay. My arrival. It should be that. Miss Dean's departure. Letter? Is forged. Consider? What if... I think I see what happened here. Is Miss Dean still at the manor? So Miss Dean didn't leave the hotel, and somebody wants us to think that she did. But who? Can I learn anything about the culprit? Well, I guess they can write. Of course, educating the people over here isn't exactly the Crown's highest priority. As a result, literacy rates are low enough in the west of Ireland. The fact that this letter was written at all is a useful clue to the identity of the culprit behind whatever has befallen Miss Dean. Facts about the culprit. Completing the hypothesis is critical to advancing the mysteries and finding Miss Dean, as each successful hypothesis will reveal facts about the culprit. Information you know about the culprit will appear on the panel to the left. Use it as the story unfolds to eliminate suspects on this screen. For now, it's time to get some rest. Mr. Ward? Mr. Ward, your room is ready. Let's climb out.
I was just outside, sir.
Wanted some fresh air. Mr. Ward? Your room is ready. The porter shall meet us there. All right. Well, I am going to end this video here. If this looks at all interesting to you, then do check it out on Steam. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider leaving a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!